Welcome back to my kitchen, or if this is the first time you've joined me on a Thursday Night Live, I am so glad to have you here. If you are one of my regular people, or if you are here for the first time, I have such exciting news to share with you, and I'm hoping you will help me. So after some time now, really a couple years of doing this on Facebook Live, I am going to be making the jump to doing it live on YouTube. Now, that doesn't mean I won't be on Facebook. Hi, Lois, I see you. Well, I'll still be here on Facebook, but I'm also going to be broadcasting live from YouTube, which will actually do a couple things. Mainly, it will allow those who are not on Facebook to be able to watch. I have several people, several customers who are not on Facebook, so it will allow them to watch. But the bigger thing, the more important thing, is that it's time for me to build my YouTube channel. So here's why. And we will get to food here in just a minute. So as I started my 31st year in the business with Pampered Chef, and really it started before this year, I've really been thinking for some time now, just exactly what is the best way I can serve people with my Pampered Chef business. And if I didn't have a Pampered Chef business, what would I want to be doing? And the truth is, I would still want to be teaching cooking. I think there is so much lack of knowledge out there on basic cooking skills. And every time I go to Kenya, and some of you have heard me say this, every time I go to Kenya or Uganda and people find out that I teach cooking classes, I hear the same exact thing. Can you come teach us? And so whether it's here or abroad, people are looking for help in the kitchen. And so I started just kind of checking through YouTube channels on basic cooking skills. And what I found was that 98% of them are being taught by executive chefs, people with a degree in culinary science, which is awesome, but maybe not so relatable to a lot of just average people like you and me. And so I'm seeing a real need for it. And the best way to be able to reach a broader audience with some cooking classes is to be doing it on YouTube. So the thing is, and this is where I need your help, I cannot start broadcasting live from YouTube until I have at least 50 followers. And as of this moment, which is 6:35 on Thursday, March 20th, I have 29. So I have thousands of followers here on Facebook, but I only have 29 on YouTube. Not so great. So I needed to get to 50, which means we need 21 more followers, and then I can start doing live from YouTube as well. So here's the deal. When you go to YouTube and find my channel, and I will put the link in the comments when tonight's live feed is over, so you don't have to hunt for it. When you go and like my channel, I will put you into a drawing for one of the new spring products that I haven't even talked about yet. It's a beautiful product. It is, I think the value is about $100. I meant to double check that before I came on live. But you will go into the drawing for that new spring product. And if you share my YouTube link on your page and ask people to like it, I will put your name in the drawing a second time. So my goal is to have at least 50 followers by the end of, by this time next week, so that we can start building that YouTube channel. I'm really excited about what this could mean for people because, again, as I've really just thought, okay, what's important now? How can I best share my knowledge with other people? And yes, I still will be selling Pampered Chef. Yes, that'll still be the source of my income, but to be able to share it in a broader way on YouTube and have it be a place where people can search for things like basic knife skills or how to make a roux or, how to make naan bread, which is what we're going to do right now. They will be able to find that and find it being taught by somebody who's very much like them. The only edge I have on anybody else in the room is that Ken is an executive chef. So I've learned a lot from him, but I don't have his kind of training. I'm just an everyday cook like the rest of us. So I'm excited about this. I am really hopeful you'll be supporting me in this, and I can't wait to get your thoughts. So with that in mind, and then we will get cooking, I also would really like to know what kinds of things you would like me to feature as I build that channel. So a few of you have asked for a knife skills class, and I was hoping to do that here in March. We'll run out of time. Still a slim chance it'll happen next week, but it's pretty slim. It's a very busy week for us as a family. So I will just aim for the first week of April that we'll do a knife skills class. So I know that's a big ask. A lot of people are asking for that one. But, you know, are there certain things that you would like to get better at? Or maybe you don't feel like you've ever learned the right way to do it. We can break it down. We can talk about, you know, what's the best way to roll out a pie crust? What's the best way to bake chocolate chip cookies? Whatever it is that you would like to get better at, I want to hear that, because again, this is all about helping you guys and working together so that we're all finding it easier to get dinner on the table and enjoying it a little more, even if you hate it. But you might find that when you have the right skill set, and of course the right tools help, then it won't be that thing that makes you crazy at the end of every day. So that's my big announcement for tonight. I'm super excited about it. I can't wait to hear your thoughts on what you would like me to teach on. And of course, it's still going to be just basic recipe prep for most of the Thursday nights. You know, here's a new recipe. Let's make it together. Let me show you how to make it. And that will be still the Thursday night focus. Now, I've got the camera way across the room so that you can see everything, because we are going to use the new deluxe air fryer and oven tonight. And I'm so excited to share this with you. We are making the hot honey pepperoni pizza recipe. That's brand new on the website, so you can actually go to pamperchef.com and pull that recipe up. And it's going to use not only the new deluxe air fryer and oven, but a few other new goodies that came out this spring. And it's so easy. And the biggest thing we're going to do is actually make the naan bread. So this is where my camera skills need some massive improvement. For tonight, it's going to be a bit of a stretch, because here I've got a cast iron skillet heating up over here. Ideally, I will be having a dual camera, and that's something else that doing it on YouTube should allow me to be able to kind of have multiple angles for teaching specific teaching classes that I haven't been able to do on Facebook with my Thursday Night Live. So again, all still a work in progress, but nothing can happen until I have 50 followers on YouTube. Anyway, so behind me, I do have the, it's actually the griddle, the cast iron griddle. So it's kind of an oblong deal. And this is actually what we use in the fall, among other times. We use this to make chapati, which is a very common bread in Africa. Our son-in-law, who grew up in Kenya, made it for us for the first time when he was probably still in college and visiting, and we've loved it ever since. What I'm finding is pretty much every culture has their own version of the same thing, which is basically a flatbread of some sort. So Pampered Chef has come out with a new flatbread mix, and that's what we're going to use tonight. And I actually have it rising in the bottom half of the deluxe air fryer here, and I'm hoping it's risen enough, because I kind of got it started late because I didn't look at the package closely enough. So we're gonna hope this works. But you get to watch it live and see how badly does Mary Beth screw things up. So the cool thing, one of the many cool things about this, I got to step around for a minute, is it has two doors. So you can actually open the whole thing like so, but then you can also open just the door you need, and this is the one I need. So how is that dough looking? Let's see here. It could go a little longer, but we're gonna give it a try for now. And meanwhile, we're also gonna preheat the oven for the pizza setting. So this is so cool. This both the top and the bottom. Let me get around my light here. The top and the bottom have different settings. Some are the same for top and bottom, and some of them are different. And we want the top one, and we are literally going to set it to pizza. And so it's automatically setting it to 425. We're gonna, it says to bake these for 8 minutes, and we're going to push start, and it's going to preheat the oven. So it's probably going to be ready before I'm ready, but we're gonna do our best here, and if we have to restart it, we'll restart it. So what it's doing is it's preheating for the pizza setting. And then it'll beep when it's ready. It'll say add food, and that's when I will put the bread in. So I'm just going to take, this actually has risen not too bad. I'll set the rest of it over here for now. And I'm going to roll this out and make just 3 pieces of naan bread. And the recommendation is to put a little bit of flour on your cutting board, counter, whatever you have to work with, and roll it out on that. So this actually feels like it's risen pretty nicely. I'm pleasantly surprised. Last Thursday I didn't make it on live. I don't know what I've been fighting. I kind of think I know what I've been fighting. All I know is that today I feel so much better. And I don't know if you've ever had that, like you didn't realize how lousy you were feeling until you felt better. And then you just want to do everything. That's kind of where I'm at tonight. I feel like I want to talk a mile a minute and just show you all the things because I just feel, yesterday was really, really rough. I forgot to make sure I had my knife block out. I had it out, and then I don't know what I did. Who knows? Because I do want to use this to cut the dough into just a few pieces here. So, I just cut flour all over everything. Well, okay. So we're just going to use a utility knife because I just need to cut this in thirds, like so. And we just kind of want to pat it into a flattish shape because this is naan bread. Doesn't have to be perfect in any way, shape, or form. We're just going to roll it to about 1/8 of an inch thick, and we're going to slap it on that skillet. All right, so it's just cast iron that I preheated. I need to crank it back up here. And that's going to cook for just a few minutes on either side. Let me read it again. 1 minute per side, that's pretty fast, until it's lightly browned. So that's going to give me just enough time to get these other 2 on there. So again, we're just kind of flattening it out by hand using my dough and pizza roller, which I really do love for this kind of work. I like my big roller for pies, but for this is perfect. And meanwhile, we might be readier. Readier, is that a word? We might be readier than I thought we were going to be. All right, so 3 pieces of naan bread thrown on here. Don't burn your fingers. Let me just rinse off my hands. And I think the easiest way to flip naan, rather than using a spatula, I like to use the chef's tongs. And so we are just going to do that. Oh gosh, this one's probably already, yeah, there we go. We are cooking. Oh, perfect. Hey Google, set a timer for 1 minute. It's going to be done. And I'm actually going to turn the heat off just as soon as that's done. Boy, I've now gotten flour and everything. All right, you want to see my favorite trick to get flour off of everything? I didn't think about this, so excuse me while I run over to grab this baby. Because here's the thing, if I really have flour on everything. If I just take my washcloth, not only will it all stick to the washcloth, but frankly, there's a lot of flour here, and this was a clean countertop. I don't want to waste this flour. So, I wish I'd grabbed the little guy. I didn't. Oh, I have one right here. This is for Fred, my sourdough. So I'm just going to scoop this into Fred, or into my sourdough cup, and I will use this to feed Fred. Hey, Google, stop. Okay, so now instead of having a flour-caked washcloth, I have not wasted that flour. It'll feed my sourdough in a minute. We are good to go. All right, so now we have our pizza naan ready. Let me show you what it looks like. It's just typical flatbread. Whoa. Okay, and it is ready to go. Perfect. A little overdone. Not bad for my first try. So the other things we want to have ready is we want to have some cheese grated. We've got some Parmesan. Of course, I have to show you how to grate your fresh mozzarella on the grater here. This is so much better than buying it already grated. It is fresher. It tastes better. It doesn't have all those additives they put in the Parmesan or the mozzarella to keep it from sticking together. And it just, and it's half the price to buy it in the chunk and grate it yourself. So we're going to finish this up in a minute because I want to show you a little trick. So we've got our cheese ready. We have some just marinara sauce with the hot honey garlic seasoning mixed into it. And that comes like this. And then we have some sliced pepperoni. And look at that. Just in time. That little beep is telling me it is time to add food. And I think I have a couple minutes, so we're going to do this fast. So one of the accessories you can get for this phenomenal new oven is this pizza. I don't know what you call it. It's not really a pan, but I guess it is. And so if using stoneware is just not your jam, this might be a good alternative for you. It's certainly a lot more lightweight. It is designed to perfectly hold a 12-inch frozen pizza. And again, you just set this to the pizza setting. When it beeps, it says add food. You put your pizza in. It is ready to go. So we're going to take our little pieces of naan bread. They're still kind of hot. Maybe I should use tongs. Maybe I should not roll that across onto the floor. Okay. And again, I mean, this is a light dinner or lunch. It also would be a super yummy snack. Super yummy. We're going to take our pizza sauce here and just spread a little bit on here. So it called for a half cup of sauce. Depending on how big your naan bread things are, that may be plenty, or it might not be enough. It's just going to depend on how big your pieces of naan. If you're buying it at the store, it's probably going to be a little bit bigger than mine, which is totally fine. You might need a little more, a little less, totally up to you. We're going to add some pepperoni. It's supposed to be 3 slices per naan, or 4 slices, I'm sorry, and that one is not going to take 4 without a fight. All right, true confession, when I make anything with pepperoni, it's really hard not to eat 1 piece for every piece I put down. Anybody else have that? I have a feeling I put this on in the wrong order. Hold on. Spread sauce, sprinkle with cheese, top with pepperoni. Yeah, I knew I did that backwards. Not a problem. And you'll see why here in a minute. I would not even be redoing this, except for I feel obligated to make it the way the recipe is written, at least mostly. Okay, so we're spreading the mozzarella onto the sauce. Trying not to get too much on the pan, but no worries if you do. Now we're going to put our pepperoni on top of the cheese, because on top of the pepperoni, we are going to be putting ricotta, and this is kind of the part of it. That and the hot honey seasoning that I'm excited about is having just these little dollops of ricotta on top. So I doubt you can hear this, but my poor dog, this happens every Thursday night. She's over here scratching at her empty dog dish going, "Mom, I'm hungry. So, Maisie, I'll be with you in just a minute, babe. All right, so just some ricotta cheese. You can use just a tablespoon or a teaspoon. I like using a small scoop. Just kind of put little dollops on here. And we're going to pop these in the oven. It's preset for, I think it's 8 minutes. It says add food. So we're going to, oh, I have a stone in there. Oops. Let's take the stone out. I forgot that was stored in there. Check out these new oven gloves. Pretty awesome. So note to self, it takes longer to heat if you have a stone in there, so take the stone out first. Oh, that's hot. Okay, we're going to pop that in, close it, push start, and it's going to be done in 8 minutes. Now I need to move that hot stone. Boy, I hate it when I do that. All right, so this is the stone that actually fits into, I'll stand over here. Hi, I'm in front of the lights, which means my glasses look scary. But this is the stone that obviously fits right into the new deluxe air fryer and oven. So, and it has a pizza peel available. So I actually did that the other night. I might have done that live on Saturday. I don't really remember. Okay, so while this is baking, I want to show you how we're going to actually make some basil for the top. We're not going to make the basil. We're going to prepare the basil. And we're going to do that doing a knife technique called chiffonade. And I may or may not be saying that accurately. So in order for you to see how that works, I'm going to zoom the camera in because there's just no way it's going to mean anything from that distance. So hold on for just a moment. I'll finish my naan later. Oh, and then I also want to show you my cheese tip. Maisie, I just dropped cheese for you, babe. Let me show you the cheese tip first, because then I can get rid of this cutting board. So when you're buying the cheese in the chunk, you know, the number one reason we buy it shredded is because it's easier, right? To just open that bag of already shredded cheese and throw it on top. And I hear this a lot, and I understand completely that after an exhausting day, you just want to get dinner going, and that extra step of shredding your cheese might be the thing that puts you over the edge. So here's my tip. When you grate some of the cheese, go ahead and grate all of the cheese. When you buy it grated in the store, it is, they put the additives in to keep it from sticking together because it has to be shelf stable for a long time. And so that's why they put things like cellulite in the shredded cheese so it doesn't stick together. But in your fridge, it doesn't need to be shelf stable for months. In my house, shredded mozzarella is going to last a week, maybe two at best, right? We make pizza pretty much every week. And if I have the cheese already shredded for Saturday night's pizza, I mean, this is just the best, in my opinion. So I can just put it in one of these prep containers and stick it in my fridge. It's going to be fine. It's not going to get all clumped up the way it would if it were sitting or hanging on a grocery store section for 2 or 3 months. You don't have to worry about that. Just go ahead and shred it up, put it in a storage container to go in your fridge, and now you have your shredded cheese ready to go when you need it, and it doesn't have all those additives in it, and it tastes amazing. So my other tip is don't try to shred it as fast as I am. I told you I'm feeling better, and it's like, rah! Let me do all the things at twice double speed. I don't know if that'll apply to my knitting later. I have a project I'm trying to get done. All right. So this is going to be 3/4 of a pound of mozzarella when I'm done, because it was a 1/4 pound that went on those little guys. And frankly, I'm going to make the rest of them up after I'm off camera here, because I don't think 2 of those is going to be enough for my husband for dinner. I'll have to put together a little salad or something too. So, okay, there are these little chunks at the end here. It does come with a food holder that you can use. You're going to end up with little chunks no matter what. You just eat them or throw them in. It's not going to hurt anything to have little chunks. But there we go. Grated cheese, ready to go for the next time. And tastes great. Okay. All right. Now let me zoom in. See if I can do this without really messing up our heads or making y'all dizzy. Okay. Bear with me. I set that really hot stone on that mat, having no idea if that was a bad idea. Okay, that's not going to work, so we're going to have to just do it this way, which is the trying not to get too dizzy. Okay, that should be pretty good. Yeah, that'll work. We have 2 minutes left on our pizza. Ooh, I can hear it sizzling. All right, so fresh basil is the best kind of basil. And today at Wegmans, it was actually the same price to buy the plant as it was to buy a clamshell full of basil. So I bought the plant. And hopefully can keep this alive long enough to plant it outside come spring. So here is, so chiffonade is a fancy French term for cutting really thin pieces. And we're just going to do that to go on top of this. Oh, it's smoking. That's not a good sign. I must have spilled something in there. Whew. Okay. Excuse me. We're going to hold on the chiffonade for just a moment. I don't want to set off our smoke alarms. That's never a good way to end a live demo. What's going on here? Oh yeah, it totally spilled. Okay, my fault. I'll show you here when it comes out, and how easy that's going to be to clean up. Okay, back to the chiffonade. Now, you can, let me rinse these off. You can do this a couple different ways, and obviously you're going to want to do what you are most comfortable with, but ideally you want to do this with a chef's knife. So this is where, as I was kind of researching who's out there cooking and teaching cooking in the YouTube space, I saw a lot of people start with the chef's knife. And I'm thinking, pretty much that freaks a lot of people out, right? So this little guy that I was using, he'll work okay. If you remember my rule, your knife needs to be twice as long as the food you're cutting. So this is done. So we're just gonna grab those. And let me just show you. I'm actually gonna open the whole thing. So, although the camera's not on this right now. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna pull this out. Okay, there's our beautiful naan pizza. I set it on my cutting hot pad there. Do you see there's stuff that's dripped in the oven? That's what's causing the smoke. But the good news is this tray underneath that all that is dripped onto, that pulls out for easy cleaning. You have to open the whole thing to get to it, but it pulls out for easy cleaning. And so once this is cooled down, I will absolutely just pull that out and wash it, and we'll be good to go. So we want, back to our chiffonade, we want to take just several basil leaves. Oh, I've got to turn the camera back. Hold on. Okay, there we go. So we're going to take several of these leaves and just lay them on top of each other in the same direction. So they're all going to be kind of concave, top side on one side, bottom on the other, so that you can roll them up into a little sausage or a little basil cigar. Okay? So a little roll like this does not have to be perfect by any means, just rolling them up. Ideally, we're going to teach you how to be comfortable with a chef's knife, because this is the easiest way to do it. And you just are going to literally cut little slivers so that they look like this. Okay? Now, this scares you. Like I said, this one's twice as wide, long, at least, minimum, and it's plenty. You can just use the utility knife and it'll work as well. The nice thing about the chef's knife, and it's built to do this, is that with a chef's knife, you got that curved blade so that you can rock, okay? And so like even chopping fresh thyme or something like that, you literally can just rock like that, okay? So that's why chef's knives are built this way, and that's why chefs like to use them this way. But I get it. I get it. It's very intimidating to the average home cook. The utility knife is the perfect size to do almost everything in your kitchen until you get used to using your chef's knife and feel more comfortable with it. I have a very favorite memory from when our oldest was born and my mother was out helping me, and I'm sitting in our living room nursing the baby, and Ken had just graduated from culinary school and had his knife kit in the kitchen. And my mother, I can still picture her standing at the entrance to my living room, because it was kind of one big long room, and she's holding Ken's chef's knife and she's like, "Do you have anything smaller I can work with?" My poor mother, she'd never held a chef's knife in her life at that point. And thankfully we did have smaller knives and she was fine. But so I understand it's not what we're typically taught to cook with. But once you understand how it works and learn the skill, it's so easy and saves you a lot of time. So that is it for tonight, friends. What we're going to do here, let me grab a plate. I should show you these plates. So these beautiful plates are a little perk that Pampered Chef consultants can earn right now. They are handmade, hand glazed by the company that makes our stoneware, and they've made them special just for us. They're gorgeous. They're like Pottery Barn quality stoneware. They're gorgeous, heavy, just beautiful. So we're going to take our little guy over here. We are not going to use the tongs, but we are going to see if we can find a spatula handy. Oh, that's a spoon. Well, we're just going to use this one because it's the closest one. All right. And we're going to sprinkle some basil on top, which apparently I didn't cut very clean there. And that is our hot honey pizza. We do have somewhere the hot honey to drizzle on top. So this is about a tablespoon of honey, half teaspoon of the seasoning. Personally, I kind of want to microwave this because it's not going to drizzle very well because it's really thick. So kind of hard to drizzle it. So I might microwave this for literally just 10 seconds max so that it drizzles better. So there's a tip that I think will make all the difference. So let's do it. Let's see what happens. You don't want it to microwave it too long or your honey will crystallize. Oh yeah. Oh, much better. In fact, 5 seconds would have been enough. It's very fluid now. All right. That's going to work better on the other two. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I will post oh, that's hot. Excuse me. Don't do that when it's been on. I will post the recipe in my VIP group. So if you're not a part of my VIP group, find the link, join it. I'll put the link in the comments as well. I'll put the YouTube link in the comments so you can like and share my YouTube channel, please. And right now it's just going to be in the kitchen with Mary Beth, but at some point we might do a little name contest to see what y'all think it should be. I kind of like in the kitchen with Mary Beth because it's simple, but you know, I've also thought of some fun names like Not Your Mama's Kitchen. So you tell me what you think would be a great name for my YouTube channel. Thanks for joining me live tonight. Don't forget to like and share, and I will see you next Thursday, if not sooner. Have a good night.